Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. It is main event time on NXT Deadline. It is the men's Iron Survivor match, which features the TNA X Division champion Leon Slater, Dion Lennox, Miles Bourne, that boy Bouncy, Javon Evans, and always got to make sure, because when I say his name, he appears, Joe Hendry. This match kind of was pretty straightforward. Like, again, this match was, like, pretty much fast and furious. Like, actually, this match went exactly the same way that the women's match went. So both matches kind of ended up the same exact way. Yeah, they ended up the exact same way. So Leon Slater and Javon Evans actually started off. I actually was a little bit surprised at that. They were kind of just testing the waters to see what they would do. They didn't really go as fast as I thought they would, but you know they did what they thought they could do. Before we got to the third person, which was Miles Bourne, because Miles Bourne earned the right to pick where he what number he came out as, and he said third. He said it actually early in the show that he was going to come out third. So before he came out, Javon Evans actually had a fall on Leon Slater. So as of right now, Javon Evans, the only person with a pinfall. Miles Bourne comes out. Yeah, Miles Bourne comes out. Boom, it's a three-way for 5 minutes until Dion Lennox comes out. And within like a minute or so that he's out, Dion Lennox actually gets a pinfall on Javon Evans. So right now it's Javon and it's Dion. Both of them got a pinfall. And then out comes Joe Hendry. So we're at the 15-minute mark. Everybody's out, and we only got two people who got a pinfall each. So Joe Hendry gets a pinfall. Yes, Joe Hendry gets a pinfall. Leon Slater gets a pinfall. Miles Bourne gets a pinfall. Yeah, so it ended up being a 5-way tie. Each guy got a pinfall. And just like the women's match, I want to say it was like a minute and everybody was going crazy. Everybody was just moving and grooving. It wasn't until we had Miles Bourne and Javon Evans in the ring, and Miles Bourne looking for something. Javon counters 1, 2, 3 with 5 seconds left. Javon able to get the pinfall. 25 minutes elapsed, and Javon rewrote the history books. Because remember, last year he had seconds left on the clock, but he could not take advantage, which means that Obafemi won the match. Javon could have won, or at least tied it, but he rewrote history, and this year, Javon Evans is the Iron Survivor. Shout out to the young OG. He gets it done, which means at New Year's Eve, we're gonna run it back one more time. Obafemi versus Javon Evans for the NXT title. Don't know how that's gonna go. I want to say I have Javon winning, but I don't even know. We'll see how that goes. And then before you know it, the NXT champion came out. He looked at Javon and he told him, one more time, we're going to run it back. And as they're looking at each other and talking, lights go out. Then on the screen just some guy just walking up. It's blurry, so you can't really see who it is or can't even make it out. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Couldn't even tell. Then before you know it, spotlight on Javon. Camera pans to a person that's behind him. And it's a guy we haven't seen in a long time. A guy we haven't seen in a while. It's Tony D'Angelo. And Tony D'Angelo just lays out Javon. And then the show ends with Oba and Tony just staring at each other. And it looks like Tony ain't in his Don phase anymore. It looks like Tony's a whole different person. We'll see how that goes on Tuesday, I'm hoping. But yeah, that was NXT Deadline. Pretty good show. Crowd was hot. Crowd was on fire. All worked out. I guess you can say a pretty good way to end the year. Yeah, that was all the WWE and NXT PLEs of the year. Again, it's going to be real interesting to talk about all these shows. So we'll see how things are. But until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and support. As always, the three week I call it the 3 week showcase. It ends next week. Because Saturday night's main event. It's next Saturday, and it is John Cena's final match. The 2 matches that I already added to the show, it's looking like it might be something to watch. So, can only hope for the best. But until next time, peace, love, 100. Here.